Okay, I did just record my entire playthrough of Porrim's chapter, volume 4. And then I forgot to turn my microphone on. Because I had logged out of this account on my computer because I had to do my schoolwork, you know, I had to do that on my school account. And, it does not save the fact that I have my microphone turned on in video recording settings. So I'm having to replay the entire thing. I'm not pleased about this. I did a whole bunch of rambling too. Also the file size was too large, so I'm gonna try to keep my rambling and like getting distracted to a minimum, because God, I love this. Because it made the video too long. So we're getting started. Also, I know how to get the endings now. I'm gonna be getting the long good ending again, because I will be doing a separate video for all the other endings. I think the only bad endings I've gotten so far are the one in Arania's video and the one in the first part of Mituna's, because I knew how to get that ending and I just wanted to show you guys. I will get all the short bad endings and I guess long bad endings of other ones in other videos. Once I've played through all of this. Should I don't know, like, I was about to say, should I record a quote-unquote playthrough of the Choose Their Fate version of Final Destination 3? But then I was like, oh no, I've never seen anyone upload that. I think they actually get mad at you for uploading that, because it's freaking copyright in a movie stuff. I don't have any of my videos monetized, I don't think, because I upload purely for love of the game. But you know. You're the only being in the universe who could fuck up a simple stroll around the block. Well, maybe it was more than a block. You've been so busy being an enabling angel on your new friend's shoulders that you have yet to find an opportunity to process the world around you, to decompress. You hadn't meant to go far into the neighboring woods, and you... What freaking time is it? Oh, it's like 11. Yeah. The neighboring woods. You guys can read out MSPA readers dialogue if you want. I don't want to read too much more because I already just played through this entire thing, and I had to delete my screen recording because not only was it too long, but there was no audio. So yeah, later I'll try doing the intermission, and possibly I'll do Kangarees and Mulans soon. But yeah. You hadn't meant to go far into the neighboring woods, and yeah. So, mostly any commentary for this first little bit is just going to be me, it's just gonna be me rambling, because I really don't want to read out MSPA readers' dialogue right now. Usually I'd love to. I'd be more than willing to read everything out. I'm sure you guys would love it if I did, like, you know, like, just straight up dubs of this without my usual rambling and, like, just, you know, me dubbing over the characters. I think that would be cool and fun. But my ADHD brain, I don't know if I could stop myself from rambling. It's like, I'd love to, I don't know, I'm doing this back to back right after the failed recording, so I don't have the patience to read out MSPA readers' dialogue alongside Porrim's. Honestly, I also don't think I could ever successfully dub this game, because I always mess up with the dialogue anyways. You could take it as like a we dub it together, you know? Maybe I'll even leave remixing. No, I won't, because, you know, that's just my random rambling. I don't know, but it would be fun. Oh, I skipped past that one too freaking fast. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna start reading now that, you know, Porrim's actually, you know, been shown. The jade blood jumps and swerves to face you, startled. If trolls had retractable claws, hers would be unsheathed, but her expression falters upon discovering it was just the whelp she had dragged in earlier. The reaction was more skittish than aggressive. You know, she quickly shields herself with a stoic aura, clearing her throat. Hello, hello you. You're finally awake. Not to cuddle, but are you alright? Who is she? Who are you? The suspicion in her voice could cut through glass, and you quickly tell her your name, a little dumbfounded by the whiplash. She nods. Thanks, my name is Porrim. I personally don't know you, so getting your identity first makes us a little more balanced. Also, celebrating in front of my spot and promptly passing out didn't help with the ambiguity. Though I only dragged you in so you wouldn't stir up any unwanted attention with me nearby, and not because I was a sorry sight, no. Arania did tell me you're cool, so I guess I have nothing to worry about. She can be right to an extent, sometimes. Oh, she knows Arania? Porrim motions to the palm mask in her hand as if reading her thoughts. You're not from here, that is to say, not from this world. My concern is focused elsewhere as someone who actually inhabits this planet and its problems. Though I do pity your situation, the struggle that comes with being an outsider. Consider this a short stop while I have the free time, or at least until that venom stops attacking your bloodstream. Oh yeah, you did get a pretty bite, didn't you? You happen to notice your hoodie gone, a length of gauze over your arm, and a medicine kit nearby. The limb is tender, but the tingling feels a tad different, as if something's been added on it. I'm gonna turn down my computer volume, because that's loud. but I like the music. As I was saying before, in my last recording, when I didn't pick up, the sort of reverb in this song reminds me of Steven Universe music. Specifically, I never really got to watch much Steven Universe because I never caught it when it was on. Like, I didn't watch it much on cable television. I didn't watch much cable television at all, actually, aside from at, like, other houses and hotels and stuff, and I don't know why, I just never did, but, like, I do have the PS4 version of Minecraft, like, the PS4 version of Minecraft, and in the older version of the game, the editions version, if you will, you can get a trial version of texture packs, and some of them come with, like, some of the ones based on actual IPs or holidays have pre-made worlds, which whoever made those worlds, give them a raise. Genuinely, the amount of effort put into those, and the tiny little details, were like, like far off in the world from the spawn point, where like you doubt anyone would ever even go. It's the coolest. But there's a Steven Universe one, and I remember playing it, and the reverb in the soundtrack, it reminds me of that. It's nostalgic to me. Oh yeah, you did. Yeah. Did she help you? Wait, of course she did. You didn't just happen to bandage yourself unconscious, though that would be an awesome survival ability. You give Porrim a hearty thanks. She didn't have to do all that, but it's very nice of her. Her eyes widen for a second at the gratitude before she turns to face the cavern entrance. Don't think too much into it. I'm not a beast. I'm only doing what I know, or what I was taught, of my own accord. She clears her throat. I happen to have supplies on me for medical emergencies, so I put my skills to use. It was of my own autonomy. I do what I want. That is what I am saying. Okay. You give her a bit of a look, but don't question her about it, instead choosing to ask about the elephant in the room, or rather, the jade in the cave. What an interesting setup. You're sure the rent is dirt cheap, but why is she living it up in here? God. It's not even a cavernous cave like ones that jades usually live in. It looks more like she's getting ready for hibernation or to live like electricity is in a short trail away. This is a temporary setup. I'm traveling away. Well, I would love to have a more luxurious day. I can't exactly be finicky about my pit stops, if they are literal pits. I feel like I put her kind of close to what I just make, like, Kanaya sound like, or like, hell, even when I'm reading through actual Homestuck in my head, I feel like I make Rose and Kanaya sound a bit too similar. I mean, I do change up some things with the blondes. I tend to, like, I don't know how I'd really put it. I'd go more like this or something. Like, I don't know. I don't know how to put it, but like with Porrim, I feel like with a lot of the dance sisters whose voices I don't really know how to do, and I'm making close to their dance sisters, like they're the beta trolls or whatever. Or like just the other group of trolls. I'm making them deeper, because usually I view the like dance sisters as being older, even if in Befriendus specifically they're the same amount of sweeps in age. I still make them deeper and make them sound a bit more mature, which, especially, honestly, just a random thing I'm saying here, I hate when people make Tavros sound like a little kid. Like, that's a teenage boy, like all the other characters. That's a teenager. Sure, his voice is probably a bit, like, squeaky and constantly cracking, but like his voice is probably constantly cracking, but it's like he's not a kid, you know. They make him sound cartoonish like a child sometimes in some things I've seen. It's, I don't know, I'm rambling now. Traveling, like on a trip, or not? She's scrunching her nose at your poor answer. Okay, you've perhaps not been here for too long, but I'd at least assume that you are acquainted with the caste norms and the things we're usually involved with. Oh yeah, Jades take care of other trolls, right? The smaller ones that have the multiple legs in a horrifyingly cute way. Grubs. And they get to metamorph in a sticky cave with a bunch of animals to take care of them after going through some kind of life or death trials. Okay, you're losing her. Yeah, that first half is passable. We do take care of grubs and wigglers before they're sent on their way. That is our current mandate agenda in life. Oh yeah, you knew that too. Jades are really good out for the hard work and duties they achieve. Wait, she's staring at you extra hard now. Is your face paling again, or are you just bad with assumptions? I don't think you do know. Your thoughts seem to have come from a textbook. What you think I'm cut out for is simply tailored by crooked hands. Well, you appreciate the wordplay, but you don't think you follow? Getting the obvious isn't really your style, though you are slowly putting two and two together. Ulterior and Befriendus played by different rules. Less murder, more hugs, or like passive-aggressive hand-holding. However, this isn't the first time, nor even the third, that you've encountered a Jade outside the caverns for a sneaky reason. Parties, conventions, bars, it usually hasn't been allowed casually. That makes me wonder, Kanaya's just kind of like casually out of the caverns. Like, she doesn't care, she doesn't seem like it's a big deal. It's like, God, my tablet keeps having notifications, probably from like Discord or something. Anyways, I finished a few pieces of art. I will be posting those like on Reddit and Tumblr and stuff. I just wanted to let y'all know. I did my YouTube posts section. Just wanted to make y'all aware of that, because I will be posting those, although I do have a lot of unfinished art. I really want to draw her. I keep starting up sketches and like pieces and I don't finish them. Especially I've not had the motivation to finish sketches right now because my black pen is dying. I need a new art pen. Like an actual art pen. Not just a black ballpoint pen that doesn't work well. Those at least were fun, but Porrim seems a little worn. You notice the bags are on the dense floor and how many seem to be for more than a simple camping trip. Time for another one of your famous hunches. Is she going away from the caverns in like a running sense? Bingo, the light bulb in your head finally flickers. I do admit, you made it tantalizing to spill my guts to someone I just met. Then again, you don't know me and you seem harmless and not at all intimidating. So it's not like I have much to socially defend, provided you don't snitch to someone else about this, or we will both have our respective guts spilled. Oh, okay. You're totally trusty. You mean it. Frankly, you'd rather have your guts stay in even if this child didn't frighten you this much. You're also a bit curious about the alternate reality of a cast you haven't even asked many questions about before. For someone eyeing you with constant suspicion, she sure is comfortable with the opportunity to go off, though it seems that she is plain to say, plain to hide, if this location is anything to go by, and enough frustrations threatening to boil up. I love the design of like the room, and also her design. She's so pretty. Even in both the actual webcomic and like in this game, she's so freaking pretty. She's so stylish, and I love her. She's a cool goth girl. I feel like they totally the artist totally changed up her style in this webcomic, and in this game, and it worked a bit. I love the art. I love the way they draw her eyes. But like, can we just talk about how pretty Porrim's like canon design is? Like, pre and post scratch, like her dress and tattoos are just the coolest, and her piercings. She's just so freaking pretty. She's like that cool goth girl that like all the other freaking alt kids want to be friends with, you know, like she's just that cool goth girl I'd love to be friends with, who's also like the friend group mom. Yes, I love her. You aren't a therapist friend or even a regular friend yet, but perhaps your marshmallowy contour is inviting enough when it comes to venting to a stranger. Porrim stares at you for a moment more, probably want to make sure she's about to try her to a wall instead. Well, if you're lending your ear, I suppose I may spoil myself with an audience. How may I please tell she falters while gathering words, like a graduate's pregnant pause on a podium. Yeah, oh, okay. I warn you that I'm only sharing a fraction of what deserves to be told, and there's a lot to say, though you did ask me. Just speak up if I go a bit fast. She exhales and you lean in to show your fullest attention as she recites what sounds like something she's been practiced for. Her hands busy themselves with your hoodie and a sewing kit from one of the unpacked bags. Jades are a cluster of rich, beautiful emeralds that guide Befriendus society. Without them, we would lose the most important hands that lead our young ones through the beginning of life and continue the cycle of our existence. Our lovely caretakers of the mother grub and troll kind. Her neo symphony is the air as if she were mimicking a voice that she did not care to remember seriously before one hand rests on her forehead. On paper, that'd make anyone feel charmed. But one knows that those who gawk at jewels only see them as one thing at the end of the night. Accessories that benefit those who own them, shiny objects and their usages complementing the power and the ego of wealthy thrones. The sarcasm that reaches the end of her sentence bubbles up like bile on her disgusted face. Porrim clears her throat before she continues. Perhaps I should stop being so poetic about it. The trite thing I quoted. Notice how we don't truly stand out aside from how our helping hands are able to benefit the reproduction and preparation of those who tell us how to live our lives. CIPs take advantage of what we're able to do for them, what with our caste connection to the mother grub. Oh, you're new. That's cerulean indigo plus purple. The only reason we aren't lower on the spectrum is because they need us to believe that we're well off enough with some kind of equal trade. She smiles tight and angry. You notice how tense the atmosphere is as she gets into what seems like a bad time. Undertale reference, because Toby Fox worked on Homestuck and made the music. Someone please make a 1-hour loop of The Last Frontier. I'm begging you. It's so good. I need a 1-hour loop of it, but nobody's uploaded it. Oh, she had a little mole on her forehead. I can't tell. It looked like that was what it was, but like I might be wrong. Certain characters, like, you know, like Terezi, Vriska, Kanaya, those guys, I like to give them moles for some reason. I really like to give them moles. Or like beauty marks. It's just, I like doing that. Speaking of which, I actually finally completed drawing Terezi, so now I have all the trolls, all the Alternian trolls up on my wall. I have other art up on my wall that I will also take pictures of and post online. If I can freaking remember to. It's quite revolting, really. They see our cast and think, oh, they sure are connected to the one who keeps our system continuously flowing. Let's tell them this so they keep breeding a ratio of trolls that will continue to keep up our hierarchy, and that their similarities to the Empress means there's no power play. The Empress, a woman of fine royalty, is the ruler. The mother grub, a female cavern dweller, keeps our species going. Surely these castes of women who have no reason to act as if they're somehow getting the short end of the stick when they're all so respected. Isn't in Hive Swap, I'm pretty sure there's like a male Jade Blood that's cool. I know nothing about Hive Swap. I have no idea how to get into Hive Swap, or like, I also have no idea how to get into the, into like Homestuck 2 or like any of the epilogues. I have no idea how to get into that stuff at all. But like, maybe someday I'll play Hive Swap Friend Sim or Pester Quest. But because they're like larger, they're slightly larger games. They're not just on, I don't think they're just on itch.io for download, where I can just set them up the same way I did and just, with this game and just, play them. I'll have to, I know they're available on certain consoles I have, or at least I know Pester Quest is, so I'll probably get them on a console, because honestly, PC gaming is hard, even if it's just a game like this. Mostly just because I don't have an actual PC, I have a Chromebook, so it requires extra steps to set anything up on a Chromebook. So I'd really rather just get it on a console, because that's much easier. And as the cast primarily of men who dominate societal law, let's tell the others what they want to hear. Their authoritative capabilities are an equal trade for doing what we say. She hisses softly, jerking her finger up as she waves it. Oh shit, she was really going at it. Is she okay? I'm fine, sorry. Perhaps when I get into one of my rants, I should be playing with sharp things so casually. Or sound like I'm prepping for an angry think piece on Cheddar. I sound like Cankry, he'd be so smug, after accusing me of plagiarism. But yes, it's all faulty, rancid garbage. She clears her throat again, this time trying to search for words that don't fluster her. You wonder if she's ever actually talked to someone so thoroughly about these thoughts, or if she's practicing on someone who's willing to listen. For one, some of us don't associate our identity with the mother grub. It's incredibly detrollizing and debunks the entire idea that we all benefit because women run the planet. Though they tend to dismiss us in multiple ways. A failed step one. Second, if we had any say in our lives, I wouldn't be here. I tried to change things from the inside, to speak on things that only so many of us dare to think. Perhaps we can educate wigglers in a supportive way, instead of teaching them that society isn't going to wait up while consistently dragging their hand, I said. Perhaps Jades could still live their own lives, and they aren't mandated to always stay in the caverns to benefit the overrule. Maybe, just maybe, a Jade's purpose isn't to live and create for others, but to live for themselves. That our connection to the mother grub belongs to us and no one else. I was then accused of thinking our entire species should be neglected and thus destroyed, or that I was simply trying to send Wigglers a bad message for tampering with the importance of jadehood instead of being a good little hive-minder. So, ironically, instead of letting me in closer to my own caste, they shooed me away until I came to my senses. She makes eye contact with you, so I run the fuck away instead. You glance at the ground between the two of you, and you can tell Porrim copies you to avoid staring. Lost in thought, you're certainly going with the former for yourself, though you are taking your words with seriousness. What a terrible situation. You knew that something was a bit off about the caverns from the few times you scuttled in, but it was different hearing it from a Jade who wasn't against dissecting its societal flaws like a universal frog. Lol. I love all the references when I actually get them. Some of these are references to things I really don't know. Then again, that was Alternia, not Befriendus. You try not venture too far into the thought of how Porrim's opinion would fare with someone like Brionia, or how they'd potentially intersect with the rebellious nature of Daria and Lanqua. Porrim's expression is suddenly awkward, her words faltering suddenly. I apologize for rambling. After waking up in a tizzy, you're not exactly looking to tend to another Pananche. But there's hesitation, but this time she looks more unsure of herself than you, as if talking off the cuff about oppression of systematic mothering to her medical patient wasn't as productive as it was ironic. Well, you aren't opposed to listening, even if you are comprehending her words without having much power to do anything yourself. She looks like she has more to say anyways. Of what, though? You sit up a little straighter so she knows you're at full attention, ignoring how your arm screams for mercy. I'm actually a bit of a hypocrite, you know. What? I lied about why I dragged you in here. Well, yes, you could absolutely get me caught. I could have just kept moving, but I would have felt awful about leaving you there. You were hurt and exposed to the elements. If you didn't die from injury, a drone could have found you. Sometimes a fate worse than death. I figured I would have entertained the idea of someone helping me if the roles were switched. Ow. Ow. Wow, I'm pretty stupid acne. I suppose that's a fault of mine. I can never tell whether I'm acting on my own accord or if it's something embedded into my pen since I've only been taught to care. Like, I don't know if there's bottom text there, I forgot. Like, I don't mind helping others in a way that works, but I don't even know if it works. If it's actually me personally saying that, I almost feel like I'm against myself for helping you. No offense. Oh, absolutely not. You're not just saying that because you can actually tell from down now. There's no reason to feel bad for having some basic empathy for someone. Even if you don't know them, if the roles were indeed switched, you would have absolutely been more than happy to help her. Plus, you're absolutely stoked that you didn't wind up decomposing off camera. Well, Porrim gives a bit of a snort, so you took that as a small win. Ow. Yeah, they really changed her, outfit and stuff. It's cool. Also got rid of, the piercings, but... Ow. 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 On the inside, you're trying not to think too hard about how fucked control planets are and their habit of leaving all these kids to grow before they've even lived. You can't imagine how much doubt Porrim has been wrestling with, but you continue to try and reassure her. Caring versus coddling has left a clusterfuck of gray areas, but if she's willing to think more about this kind of stuff than her squad, there has to be some nuance there. You think that an idea like hers could have multiple facets. Facets, actually. Well, it's assuring that I'm possibly not talking out of my ass. But a pusher isn't a burden. I just wish things were different. With everything, really. Ow. The world would be way better if it could understand that I don't want to help others because it's my job. I do it because I choose to. My duty is different from my labor of love. Word, girl. Just word. Oh, sorry, I freaking skipped past that. I'm so sorry. I did it again. There was something on my screen. I swear I thought there was something on my screen and I was trying to get it off, and my Chromebook is a touchscreen. I'm so sorry for skipping past dialogue. I don't actually know how to go back in dialogue. I know there's a way to into controls, but I don't know if I have those keys on my computer. I don't know which keys are which, because some of them aren't really labeled well. And also I rarely ever use them, so it's hard to tell. Oh yeah, it's pretty simple. I stay in hiding at a friend's place while I figure out how to spread awareness. I don't do a lot of blogging, but I heard it's a great platform for reaching my eyes across the planet. Okay, what MSPA Raider was basically asking is like what her like plan was, like for like where she was gonna go and like what she was gonna do in the future, and like where she was actually traveling to. Plus, a little uproar on Befriendus' streets isn't that much of a stretch. Instead of echoing in the caves, I could raise awareness to the Empress directly about how her legislators keep abusing their powers. That is a hard word to say. That is like a really hard word to say. Like a lot of the nonsensical like troll terms are really like a lot of terms these trolls use are kind of hard to say. Like legislators, like some of those like made up troll jobs are like, especially like specifically the courtroom ones, are really, really hard to say. That's just other words that have been said in these games in this series are like incredibly hard to say too. Like I have no idea what they even mean or like how to begin to pronounce some of these words. It's always worth a try, clever plotting in the right time of day or night. Time, day, night. Wait, what time is it? How long were you passed out for? Porrim blinks, looking a little surprised by the sudden question. Oh, some hours. You were pretty out of it since I found you early in the night. It's probably close to dawn. She doesn't do her little typing quirk there. I'm not sure if that's because it's like capitalized and not the start of the sentence or something. I don't know. It's hard to remember when it's like they're with their typing quirks, they only do it like sometimes. It's like I'd rather they just do it all the time or like never. Like I know Aridin will sometimes, I think it's like he replaces the word to with just a sometimes. It's like a weird thing he does, but like I never actually feel like if I were to type in Aridin's typing quirk, I'd just leave that out because like it's like I need to know when I can apply it without it sounding really dumb and just stop making sense. And like other stuff like that when it's like they just like I'm not sure if I don't know, it's like it's hard to explain, but like I don't always want to freaking deal with the complexity of some of this stuff. Oh damn, you had no idea you were loitering for that long. It was really generous taking time out of her schedule to nurse you back to something manageable. As much as it has been helpful though for either of you, it clearly has been eating up a lot of Porrim's time. She did seem like she was okay with it to a degree, but and your bruised arm and heavy skull won't agree. After you leave, you aren't entirely sure how long it'll be till she meets up with one of her pals. Also, she seems prepared for, well, a lot. Taking care of you puts a pause on things. It's also risky. If she's out on the run, then how long can she stay in one area? The last thing you want to do is have her discovered because you're taking advantage of her charity. Is everything alright? Was the blog idea a little too much? Oh, looks like she's expecting you to say something instead of staring in her general direction like a beady owl. Stay until night. Because the Alternian sun will cook pretty much, and the Befriendus sun, like the suns of the trolls of the troll planets, cook almost anyone alive. Okay, unless you're like special. Like, unless you're an exception. Last time you overestimated yourself taught you a lesson. and it'd be smart to play it safe this time around. Plus, it comes with the bonus of giving Porrim some company before she departs. Maybe after a bit of a nap, though. It's still waking hours, but probably do your best to keep sleeping off whatever remains of your illness, even if her help did make you feel a little better. Although I'm actually coincidentally kind of ill in real life right now, like freaking so lightheaded, and I had really bad stomach aches yesterday. I would have gone to school today, but like, I feel so lightheaded, like especially took a bath and that actually made it worse. Like lightheadedness so bad, like after my bath, I swear to God, I could barely actually freaking walk, right? It's just, I could not go back to school. Like, I cannot go to school today. It's just almost done. I got like one more week of actual work, and then it's like my last week where we kind of just screw around, do whatever. Second last day, I get to go to a theme park nearby, which is fun. Hopefully my dad will be able to volunteer for that, because I really did want to go with him. Not sure though, because he has to get criminal record check, because he has not volunteered for anything in like a good long while, so like, not sure if he has at all thought of, like, had the time to do that, or like, he kind of let it expire, so yeah, I don't know, just, that'll be fun. And then my last day is my grade 8 graduation party, because I'm going to high school. Or like, I don't know, it's just my graduation party, going to, yeah, I don't know, just, I'm just gonna be graduating. Oh my God, I gotta freaking, this weekend, as much as I wanna, like, I will record more of these videos and try to get more of this game done, but I also have to, I have to study up for my learner's permit, and then I have to write a freaking resume so I can get a job this summer. Sorry, just had to write something down. Her shoulders untense. Agreed. It is ultimately up to you. Though I'm glad you're making the wiser choice. The daytime isn't kind to any. Well, except me. It's not a slight so much as a humorous fact, and she smiles warmly. I'll keep a lookout for a little while before resting too. Sneaking around while everyone else is usually asleep has its toll. I'll consider this one of my cheat days. You give her a thumbs up, fluffing up the pillow provided to you before you lay on it. Porrim goes back to practicing her sewing patch while you begin to get some shut-eye. Content next to the fire, relax. Then you take it that you both are in a better place than when you started. You wake up on your back, blinking blearily. This time when you rise up, there's strength in your limbs and a tamed blood rush. You're actually able to stretch and give a proper yawn as you glance over to Porrim. She's making herself busy guiding a needle through the seams of your hoodie. Oh, good dusk. Did you have a kind slumber? You beam. Hell yeah, you did. You feel reborn, not dying, which is a step in the right direction. She chuckles faintly, only pausing when you glance back at her handiwork, slightly flustered as she picks at the needle in her hand. Yeah, I hope you don't mind. Though I should have asked before meddling with your things. The fabric was a little more than ruined, and I happen to have black wool on me. Could I have just closed up the tears rather than place the entire sleeve? Absolutely not. It's been ages since I've had the opportunity to practice. Oh yeah, it's fine. You'd have to be dense to feel like it was a bigger bother than whatever dirt and mothballs are on it. Where? I'd rather not sew with thorns in my lap, thanks. Sweet. Porrim gestures at the food plate and cup next to you. She probably gathered the fruit slices and muscle beef jerky before you woke up, and you lick your lips. Water's never looked tastier. It's not much, but I figure that you'll eventually find your own things once you're out of here. I'm not going full survivor mode, but my own rations will last as long as I feel like not sneaking into town for a good burger. I'll refrain from looting the overcompensating violet caterers. A reasonable enough choice. You do notice that Porrim shifts eye contact with you upon mentioning your eventual departure. You suppose it is bittersweet that you'll be alone here again outside the contact center ask. I'll try not to take too long on this. As you eat your breakfast for dinner, she picks at her tools again in thought, and that gets you thinking too. You don't want to part as strangers, even with small talk prior, though considering everything, you don't have to keep it small, yes. You do need to leave tonight, but that doesn't mean right away, yeah? Porrim seems like she has a good head on her shoulders, and depending on how long her journey goes for, it may be a while before she finds someone else to open up to in conversation like this, or at least conversations that feel like she's talking with someone versus being talked at. Swallowing some meat, you pause before shifting where you sit, letting out a gasp, catching her attention. What is it? Oh, ouchie, damn, you still feel stupidly sore. Maybe your bones are still waking up. Oh, darn it all, you seem like you'll still need a few hours before you get up and start bumping into carnivorous leaves. Your dramatic performance leaves Porrim blinking owlishly, then her expression softens and she hums faintly, almost as if she wanted to laugh. Yes, Are you serious? I suppose your recovery will need a bit more time before we're sure you can walk properly. Your new and very much a real injury seems severe. That's not a burden on me, though if you're going to have some extended time here, then you must let me know in on knowing why your species is so physically unequipped. Her lips are a vague smile as she lays down her needle, and you pat yourself on the back for your efficient performance. Mentally, you're not too weird about it. As you turn back to her with self-admiration, a wet rag smacks into your face. Although you are cleaning the plates, I'm not sure if you've ever traveled with dirty nutrition wear in your backpack, but I haven't, and I don't intend to start. Make sure to not leave any specks. That's fair. Tender or not, your arm wasn't exactly out of commission. Basically grab some of the extra containers of water nearby and get to scrubbing. It seems like you're gonna be here for a bit longer, so in the meanwhile, a little small talk wouldn't hurt. Oh my god, did I freaking forget to save at the... Wait. Oh my god, I literally pointed that out last time when I just had to play through this, and then I freaking forgot to save at the... Okay, if I want to get the long bad ending in another video, I'll have to do a lot of skipping. Cause, I forgot to save at that part again. Hey, cool tattoos. Small talk, small talk. Her tattoos, not to be weird, but you noticed that they existed when she had previously checked her gauze just below her collarbone. You're surprised something that, with the way she's talked about her duties, such an occupation would allow body paint on the job. Thanks, they're simple, but admittedly one of my more shameless acts of defiance. Shamelessly stylish, that is. I plan to get more. Fair, you can only assume that the meaning behind them is something simple enough as starting a point, which you admittedly can quite put a finger on what they represent. Actually, they're based on a curved ruler, the one said to have originated on one of Befriendus' old islands. According to things I've read, they represent equity and fairness, obviously things that I stand for. And just as the tool itself fits against an object, the ruler shapes itself coolly in a way that gives feature measurement from adjusting itself. Plus, I didn't feel like permanently marking my body with something impulsively thought out, like a gaudy expression. The meaning is really deep. So she got a tattoo of measuring tape. Of a message, thank you very much. Is that a chainsaw? She smirks a little as if proud, which she most definitely is, as she sits up a bit straighter, jabbing her thumb in its direction. It is. They're really sucked in forming traveling jades, but the undead that limp around, probably on purpose. The what? Actually, oh my god, the thing I thought it was on my screen was literally a part of her character design, like her sprite. Oh my god, I'm stupid. Oh gosh. Naturally, I need some self-defense, though they don't come easy to find. Not that I'm not capable alone, but you never know what those things are carrying. A little black marketing here, a little there, details. But like, what do you mean undead, girly? What? Y'all just have freaking zombies walking around on Befriendus. That's great. You sure lucky didn't run into any of those then. The idea of Befriendus having zombies of their own surprises you, but then again, it's not like the layout is much different, societal bigotry aside. Yeah, there's not much to do about them, but alas, perhaps exterminating them, though I'm sure they'd want us to see how redeemable parasitic corpses are before we think about not doing that. You nod to yourself, wondering if a zombie could have taken you out quicker than that plant, or if they could have taken each other out. Plants versus zombies. All reference. I did this option in my last playthrough, but low-key, I want to pick this one instead. Because how she scored the cave was just freaking taming a bear, so that's cool. Well, she briefly glances down at her handiwork, checking the seams as she mutters. Fashion, probably. I like it enough, it's a good starting point. Obviously, like most things, I got the skill to sew in caverns, but one time I went to one of the cavern libraries and found a book on things to thread, like dresses and tops. Do Befriendus trolls care more about fashion than Altarian trolls? Because, like, judging on how some of them dress, it does seem so. Their outfits are a lot better, like, look a lot cooler looking. Oh yeah, my hair's tangling a lot. Oh god, I gotta straighten it out again because I want to look good for, you know, my last weeks of school, my freaking graduation. It's kind of a big deal. So, yeah, I want to actually look good. I'm gonna straighten out my hair and get that cut I got before earlier. I really wish I could show off that cut online, but I really don't want to show my face. And so I'd really rather just... Oh no, maybe I might show a picture of the haircut, but literally just like black out my freaking face. It was a really nice haircut though. My hairdresser is really talented, so I'm gonna freaking straighten out my hair again. Also, because my freaking fringe has moved away from being on the, side like an actual fringe, and it's sort of just formed this weird clump of like dumb looking bangs. So I gotta freaking reform my stupid fringe and whatnot. Obviously, like most, yeah. I mean, how was this hiding under my nose the whole time? Do you know how much silk we have lying around that could be made into the prettiest ball block gown? A lot, that's the correct answer. Again, it's just a dream, but hey, maybe that'll be a bit of a pet project during my traveling. Oh, that'd be an idea, although that'd certainly be a lot scary. True, and there'd be a trail if I left them. Luckily, your hoodie seems to be a good test drive. Just count yourself lucky I didn't burn it. I didn't turn it into a fashionable crop top. Though you don't wear pants, so never mind on that. What? MSBA reader wear pants. I swear. I love how they're supposed to be human, but they don't look like the other human characters. They look completely different. It's like, never mind, ×2 on that. Porrim and you spend the next few hours loitering and talking, but at the end of it, she's found an excuse to remake both your sleeves just so the fabrics don't contrast too much, and she flat out replaces the mothballs she failed to get out. As much as you would love to find more excuses to hang out, and it's probably for the best, it's probably best for you to get on your way, and so Porrim is able to figure out which path to take, metaphorically or otherwise. Standing up, you wobble for a second before going still, and with the lack of dizziness, you beam, hell yeah! You beam, hell yeah! You feel way better than you did when dying. I'm glad to see the recovery went pretty well, and just look before you leap next time, okay? Yes, ma'am. You give a nod as she hands you back your hoodie. She did a fine job making those sleeves shine. As you slip the thing back on, your arms instinctively go into your pockets, where you feel something crinkle against your palm. Your confusion is answered as to reach in and take out a piece of paper that reads out a handle, Porrim's handle specifically. As you glance at her, the troll shrugging. So it's probably something that starts with GA. I don't know. I don't think any of the Dancestors have confirmed canon, like Trollian handles. Their handles are more so they only have handles in this game. As far as I'm aware, I only know Mina and Arania's. And no, I don't remember them. It was from last video I recorded. I'm really hoping I can actually send that to myself so I can upload it, because a bit big. I'll have to find a way to get it to my tablet, because I don't know if I can upload stuff to YouTube from my computer the way it is. I can't turn my signal on for the moment. Never known a drone might sync to it. Make sure that you give Arania a verbal hello from me, and, well, don't be a stranger. It could be emergency contact, or a casual one. It may be a hot second before we see each other again, but it'll all depend. But it'll all depend. I don't like relying on others, but if I have to couch hop with some friends, I will. Couch hop with Mina, she's freaking lonely on the moon, man. The last time she interacted with someone was probably freaking her and Matuna, like meeting up. Oh no, she did message Arania, but like, I don't know. She's probably lonely, bro. That may include you if we meet up anytime soon enough. We do not have a home, bud. But okay. We don't have a hive, at all. It takes a moment to pick up what Porrim is dropping, and you give her a parted look before melting into a grin. The girl returning it. This friendship felt especially fulfilling to finally achieve, and the best part was that you felt that Porrim had achieved one of her own. River Shoes Taker was certain that she was going to that she knew what she was going to do with her life. I don't even know what I was freaking trying to say, like mistaking every word for her, and what she was going to achieve on her own terms. The ability to care and this planet's way of twisting it beyond each other's comprehension. The ability to care and this planet's way of twisting it were beyond each other's comprehension. But you knew which came out on top. Both of you did. And for certain you'd let Porrim know that friendship and empathy was a two-way street. You'll let her know the next time you pop back in as proof. And we got the cute, like, good ending. Aww, her outfit's so cute. It's just whoever made these panels, it's just the cutest thing. Empathy to success. Empath to success. Oh, that's cute. Anyways, if you fabricate types of cosmetics, do you makeup? Lol. So anyways, that's all for now. Catch you in the next one. Gonna stop recording. Bye.